infinite power. and welcome back to another day in the weekend from Frontier Doubles League. Today we have some expert league matchups, the Hydras and the Penguins. I'm Cyprock, and joining me on the desk here is Tom Loik. How you doing, man?
I am doing amazing. I'm super excited for today's matchup.
For a second, I didn't think we were gonna have one, but we have everybody here, and I'm so excited. We're already running just a little bit behind Tunloik, so we're gonna go ahead and get these players in their respected teams. If you can go ahead and do that, and dude, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this matchup. The Penguins undefeated right now, I believe, in the Hydras. Our fellow KJ is playing today, so we'll see how they do. The Penguins, they have Fluffy Knight and their adeptly captain Crazy Bacon playing, and it's going to be Fragrance and KJ for the Hydras. So we'll see how this goes. What are your thoughts? Any predictions here, Tunline?
Well, the Penguins have a great track record going into this. I believe undefeated. And the Hydras they've been struggling a little bit this season.
Oh
Fragrance
no.
gets an nice goal immediately on the Penguins.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's an unfortunate 50 from Fluffy. KJ's able to overpower him, and Fragrance is just there for the shot.
AJ and Crazy Bacon go for the kickoff. Fluffy Knight goes up for it. Doesn't get great control on it. Fragrance clangs that right down to Crazy Bacon. Tries to pass it to KJ. KJ gets around it, but can't do anything more with it. Fluffy Knight takes it up the left wall. Seeing if he can do any. Oh, he gets a nice flip reset. Crazy Bacon can capitalize on that. Great play from Fluffy Knight.
Yeah, and that's just an overcommit from the Hydras. Fluffy getting a very nice touch over one of the defenders, and then the second defender just misses it. And Crazy Bacon playing that perfect second man and burying the ball in the back of the net.
Fluffy Knight and Fragrance. Kickoff off the right wall. KJ gets the touch. Going off the corner. Hits it slightly over the Penguins. Fluffy Knight with the save. KJ tries to get it in. Fluffy Knight with another save. Crazy Bacon trying to do something with it, trying to control it. Fragrance hits it off the back wall. Can't get the follow-up. KJ almost gets the follow-up off the top. Hits the crossbar. Fluffy Knight and Crazy Bacon hitting each other in the corner on accident. Crazy hits it over to Fluffy Knight on the right wall. Fragrance goes up for it. Uses a lot of boost for that. KJ gets a nice touch over to the Penguin side.
Ooh.
Crazy.
This is close matchmaking. Even though the Penguins have a little bit of a broken leg, not necessarily. I mean, lower players, Tomlin, we know this. They can come up. We saw it yesterday, I believe. Dart coming up into the, I believe it was Elite League. I think he came up to, and they actually won that one. So not playing on a broken leg, just playing on a bit of a disadvantage for the moment. But maybe Crazy Bacon can step up.
Oh, Fluffy Knight capitalized on it. Great goal. Just takes it. Fragrance unfortunately got an awkward angle. And you're right though. I think we didn't. I don't think we mentioned it, but Crazy Bacon is a pull-up from Adeptly. He's their captain. Unfortunately, there were some issues, and I mean, so far it's working out for him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're missing a player, you got to do what you got to do. And right now, the Hydras are struggling to play against this Penguins team, and they're not really looking like that expert team that they really should be. They're not playing up to their rank and almost getting one in.
Oh,
Holy cow! This game is so close right now, Tom Lincoln. The Hydras just are not playing up to their solitude.
oh, this could be it. No, never mind. Penguins take it back to the right wall. Hydras are starting to get some offensive pressure. They're trying to do some passing plays, and it works pretty well there. Hydras finally get a really nice goal. Really nice pass off the wall from KJ. Fragrance immediately knows what to do with it.
Yeah, most definitely. A nice shot from them, but this is kind of a weird game, Tom Loink. I'm in the league below this, and you're in the league above it. Both Griffins, best team in the league, no bias, but this game is looking just a little bit weird, a little bit inconsistent from both teams, and the ball's not really going anywhere. So it just feels weird to look at right now. I'm not really sure what's going on.
I think both teams are trying to feel each other out this game. Crazy Bacon I'm sure he doesn't play with his upper division team quite often, so I'm sure he's trying to get some semblance of what Fluffy Knight's going to be able to do. And the Hydras, well, they've been struggling all season so far. I think they're still trying to find some sort of semblance of chemistry.
Yeah, most definitely, I agree with that. It seems like I don't know. It just seems like Crazy Bacon's what a demo from him coming out of there. But yeah,
Fragrance can't get the save. A little too close to the ball on that. And the Penguins, they take that right away. Fluffy Knight with a nice shot. I don't think he expected it to go in, but he just wanted to get him to try and save it, but it works out perfectly.
yeah, and I think the Hydras are trying to play a little too quick for their own good. I'm not really sure what's going on with them. Maybe a confidence thing coming into this game where they were like,
Over the
oh,
Hydras on kickoff. Fragrance tried to get it off the right wall, but Fluffy Knight was there way faster. Fragrance, I think, just didn't realize how close Fluffy was to that ball.
well, he's just punishing this team right now, Tom. Like, there's nothing the Hydras can do against him. He's a legend in their eyes almost. They're scared to contest him, and they're just messing up. And every chance Fluffy gets, he buries that in the back of the net.
Fluffy knows what to do. Fluffy takes it over the right wall. KJ tries to get a 50, leads it over to the other corner. Pass to Crazy Bacon. You couldn't get it. KJ intercepts it. And Fluffy Knight defender. It's a 1v2. Gets a good save, and this could be an opportunity if he shoots it, and it is. Fluffy Knight from across the field. Hydra's just overcommit a little too hard. Fragrance, I mean, KJ was in the corner still trying to recover, and I mean, if Fragrance didn't hit that, it was obviously going to be a goal.
Yeah, most definitely. And Fluffy's just proving that any mistake this Hydra team is gonna make, that he's gonna punish him for it. And the Hydras aren't. They're not adapting to how he's playing right now. They're just giving him all the chances he wants, and that's why they're down 3 goals with a minute left to go. They need to pick something up and stop making dumb mistakes like that, because it's eventually. I mean, it's eventually gonna get old. They're gonna start, getting irritated at themselves. So they need to fix that quick before they get in a really big pile of mud.
I think they're preparing for the next game mentally already. They're just trying to get some sense of morale going into that game, because I think that's what they're going to need the most. Fragrance gets it. Just going to try and get a dribble play. Crazy Bacon's in front of him. Gets it to the corner, hits it off. He's going to try and do more with it. KJ is kind of getting there. Got a little too close for the pass. Fluffy Knight bangs it down into the Hydra's end. Crazy Bacon. Oh my gosh! Crazy Bacon with, I believe no. No, it was, yeah. Crazy Bacon passes it right up to Fluffy Knight. And Fluffy Knight hits that off the corner of his car. What an angle.
What the heck is happening right now, Tom? Like, Crazy Bacon, looking like he's been here before, passes that straight into Fluffy, and Fluffy just getting the impossible angle and burying that in the back of the net.
Oh my gosh.
The Hydra's not getting
Floating
anything going right now. This is just not a pretty game for them.
Fragrance almost gets the bump. Yeah, I mean, Crazy Bacon, I think he realized all he has to do is give the ball to Fluffy Knight, and Fluffy Knight will do the rest of the work.
Yeah, Fluffy, he's definitely shown up in this game, and I think he's helping Crazy Bacon kind of ease into this kind of play style, showing 1,000 points right now. It's on like 1,000 points, scoring 5 goals in
That
6 shots.
is
He only missed
insane.
one of his shots. Like, that's insane. He's being that player, that team player that kind of helps Crazy Bacon adapt to this gameplay and kind of get used to it for that first game, so he can come out and Crazy Bacon can be a more part of the team in that game too. But the Hydras, they have no answer for this Penguins team, and they need to figure out something quick.
To put into perspective, Fluffy Knight almost has more points than every player on the field combined. And that's just crazy. The Hydras, they only had one save too, and I mean, they weren't playing necessarily bad on offense. They just didn't have defense. I think if the Hydras get some sort of defense going, they could stop them, because I think all for but one of those Penguins goals, they were more or less really simple shots that they could have saved.
Yeah, most definitely, and yeah, I believe that one save that KJ got was the one shot that Fluffy missed. So yeah, their defense just isn't there right now. It seems like in that game they were getting a little too overconfident on the offense, and they were trying to score too much. They got a little bit too desperate at the end of their push, and it just gave Fluffy and Crazy Bacon both the opportunity to have a free net.
And into this next game, Fragrance gets a good hit into the Penguins' end. Crazy Bacon's currently alone. Fragrance gets a nice pass to KJ. KJ puts it on the opposite end. Crazy Bacon, not much you could do there. Hydra's doing exactly what they need to do to start off this match by getting a great team play.
Yeah, most definitely coming out firing early. 8 seconds into this game, and the Penguins are already down one. Crazy Bacon getting a little too far out in front of that net, not playing back post like he's supposed to. And he
Oh
gets
no.
for it.
Okay. Hydras almost get punished for, again, just a lack of defense. KJ taking it over. Gets it over Fluffy Knight, but Fluffy Knight gets a great demo. Fragrance is left alone for a bit. Kind of stalls to get it, make sure his teammate's back. Both Penguins are in the same spot currently. Fluffy Knight's going back. KJ gets a pass out to Fragrance. Fragrance takes a shot. Almost gets it. It hits the post and goes out. Fragrance, I don't think he realized it was going to hit the post and go out. KJ's alone. He's going to have to save this one. Crazy just took a shot just to make him save it. KJ with a nice dribble around Fluffy. This could be an opportunity if he gets it down to Fragrance. Double commit for the Penguins. Fragrance gets it over to the corner. Fluffy's up there on the wall. A little bit of a miscommunication there by the Hydras. Oh, Crazy's alone. Gets demoed. I don't think the demo is even necessary, but just to seal the deal, Hydras get a really nice goal.
Yeah, and Bacon just flips a little bit too hard at that ball and puts it right back in the front for Fragrance. And I feel like that was a kind of a statement from KJ to demo him anyways, and that's just a beautiful goal by them. I don't think the Penguins, I don't think they were expecting the Hydras to come out playing this quick in the second game.
I don't think they were. I think the Hydras are doing a great job of utilizing each other. Rather than, like last game, the Penguins, it was mainly all Fluffy Knight. Crazy had a few passes, but overall, and the Hydras are trying to do a lot of demos this game too, and so far it's worked. They've missed a couple, but scoreboard says it all. Penguins, it's over in their corner. Crazy misses the touch in the corner. Fluffy Knight also misses the touch in the corner. I don't think anyone expected both misses. KJ misses that. This could be a goal. Oh, and Fragrance, little too fast on the little slower ball. Fluffy Knight gets a great touch on that. Doesn't put it so hard that Fragrance hits it and puts it to the right where Fragrance is going past.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful shot from Fluffy Knight. And putting that ball, yeah, he did slow that flick down a little bit. You could see him delay it just a little bit. And oh my God, what a save off the backboard, or what a clear per se. But definitely a nice shot from him. And Fragrance just he went a little bit too quick and panicked a little bit, and that's where that goal led to. So maybe that's a start for the Penguins now. Maybe they can come back and take the lead in this game.
Always a chance. Fragrance with a pass. KJ up for it, gets it. Fluffy Knight couldn't get up to it, and these Hydras, I think they found their mojo. Getting these passing plays, putting that not against the wall and sending it out to KJ was just so smart from Fragrance. Is exactly what they need.
Yeah, most definitely. And oh, what a pinch off the kickoff.
Fragrance is there for that one.
That's beautiful gameplay from Hydras though. They're just clicking on all. Oh, and I almost jinxed
Could
him
be
here.
a bad spot.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
this could still be a bad spot. Oh, KJ comes
Man,
back
like
just
that.
in time. It's still out mid though. Both Penguins retreat. Crazy
Oh.
Bacon's left alone. He couldn't get it. It's just a bit of an odd positioning route from both Penguins. Crazy Bacon went for it as well as Fluffy Knight. A little bit of a double commit, and once Crazy Bacon realized what had happened, it was a little too late.
Yeah, most definitely. And I don't know. Well, I'm sure you know this tumbling at this point, but in game one, the Hydras look so defeated on the field, and in game two, they're clicking on all cylinders. What did they do to come out in game two and immediately start firing back at the Penguins and surprise them? Really?
Well, this time the Hydras again, just their team plays are going for each other constantly. The demos in the early game, those are super important. More shots. They have really good shots too. Their defense, they haven't really needed to make many saves just because they've kept the Penguins on their D line the entire series. And they're just rotating so much better. They're not double committing. They're not going for silly plays that they can't get the ball on, like in that one kickoff in game one. And like that, Penguins double commit. Fluffy Knight's back though. I don't think KJ's gonna be able to do much. Oh, well, Fragrance goes for like a bump. Fluffy Knight, I'm not really sure what happened, but it was all in the favor of the Hydras in that one. Oh, I think Fluffy Knight thought he was gonna get a clanger on the net much, much faster, and I think he just panicked.
Yeah, I don't know. Panic is definitely the word to use there, though. He came way too high off the backboard for that, and that's just a beautiful slow play by KJ. He didn't need to go fast in that situation. They're up by 4 right now. They don't really need to score, but padding his stats definitely would not hurt against this team. Just to defeat the Penguins a little bit more, and maybe that would take a bad attitude for the Penguins into Game 3 and help the Hydras out more. But right now, the Hydras are playing a beautiful game, and I cannot say the same for the Penguins.
Every goal matters, every assist matters. As many stats as they can put up, I'm sure they're going to be happy with it. Fragrance on the back wall might be a goal for the Penguins. Almost, still might be. Fluffy Knight comes in. No need to sit back and be safe with this scoreboard. Crazy Bacon almost gets it, hits it off the post, and Hydras had no idea. They thought it was in.
Yeah, the Hydras going in all in 100% on that save from Crazy Bacon, and he misses it off the post, bounces straight back in front, and goes straight to Fluffy. I mean, what can you do there except try? And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that from the Hydras because that gives the Penguins a little bit more hope in that Game 3 situation. And so close to unloink, and the Penguins are trying to fight their way back into this and at least get that little bit more dignity back for that game 3. And the Hydras letting them score that. I mean, maybe the Penguins come back at this knowing that they can beat this Hydras team. Who knows? But that's gonna do it right there. And the ball drops. The Hydras take game 2. What are your thoughts for the rest of this series, Tom? Like, what do each team have to do to put their front foot forward?
Penguins aren't out of this completely. I think the Penguins they just made a lot of double commits and silly defensive mistakes that time. I mean, it was the exact same game as game one, but the teams were flipped. The Hydras, amazing pressure. They had demos, which the Penguins actually didn't really have in game one. I think that's the key. Whichever team is gonna come out swinging right from the get-go has so far been the winner.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I do. I definitely agree with that. Game one, the Penguins, the Fluffy Knight came out just balling on everybody, and then in this one, KJ definitely was the rock for this team. And Fragrance coming out with 3 assists. I do like that. That shows that the team play was there for the Hydras, and that's just beautiful gameplay by them. I mean, the Penguins, if they want to stay in this series, which they are in this series. We're at a 1-1 series tunnel. Like this game could, or this series could go either way. The Penguins have to step it up, play a little bit quicker, and take it to the Hydras. This game, they kind of set back and took the Hydras' pace, and that's why they inevitably lost because the Hydras were able to do what they wanted and when they wanted to do it.
Get into this third game, 1-1, like you said. Anyone's series so far. Clearly, both teams have shown that they can come out swinging. Get on kickoff. Fluffy Knight takes it over to the right. Fragrance is on defense. KJ sitting in net. It's taken over to the wall. No one's on it so far, but Crazy Bacon Goes out mid. Fluffy Knight with the hit in the defensive end of the Hydras. Seems like the Penguins are trying to get some semblance of passing, but I don't think they're quite in sync with each other just yet. Fragrance with a great pass out mid, but KJ is not quite there yet. KJ with a good save. Crazy Bacon trying to push that into the net. Fragrance couldn't get up for that. Abandoned his jump midair. Takes it over 50 from Crazy Bacon and Fragrance. KJ with a great hit over to the Penguins. Then no one's back there yet. KJ misses the touch. Couldn't get it mid for Fragrance. Fragrance though with a good 50. KJ going back up. Puts it right back over into the corner. Crazy's there to hit it. KJ with a little bit of an awkward touch. Gonna take it slow. Fragrance hits it out. Crazy Bacon and Fluffy Knight. A little bit of a double commit there again. Fluffy Knight going for it. KJ with a good touch. Fragrance just doesn't have much in the tank back there, being a little bit more defensive right now. KJ with great pressure. Fragrance immediately capitalizes on that. Notices the defender and net just wasn't ready for anything that was going to happen right there. Little bit just off kilter. Fragrance takes that goal. He'll take that every day.
Yeah, and Tunling, we're both familiar with this. You always want to play that back post, but Fluffy, he got a little bit baited from that first touch, and then he got stuck in no man's land in the middle of the net, and that's where that goal came from, because it kind of froze him off. He didn't know which way to go to save that ball, and that's why the Penguins are down 1-0. But that goes in, and KJ puts them down 2-0. This is a statement right now from the Hydras, showing that game one was just a fluke.
Yeah, Hydras are they are feeling themselves now. They know exactly what to do to capitalize on this Penguin team. Oh, great kickoff going in favor of the Penguins. Fragrance takes it up the wall. Crazy Bacon goes to challenge, misses it. Fragrance couldn't get there. Bumps Fluffy Knight though. KJ has time. Gets it over to the wall. Seeing if he can do more. Couldn't do much. Tries to get a little bit of a pass. Fragrance not there though. Fragrance misses the aerial. Crazy Bacon. KJ gets a great touch. Great defensive touch right there. Fluffy Knight takes a boost from the Hydras. Fragrance is there. Gonna see if he can do anything. Gets demoed by the Penguins. I think this might be what the Penguins need if they continue some of those demos. Because these Hydras, their rotations are spot on right now.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that 100%. This Penguins team, if they don't get the physicality or at least a little bit of something that the Hydras aren't used to seeing coming out, then it's going to be a very tough game for them to come back in and fake. So definitely, if they can get a little bit more physicality, a little bit more bumps, maybe even demos. You don't always need the demos as long as you can get bumps to put them out of position.
Oh, and that's it.
Holy cow! That's the start to a comeback, Thumbling.
I think, oh my gosh, Fluffy Knight, the turn on a dime, right off kickoff, that was genuinely very impressive. That was actually insane. He still got that much power too. Yeah, they're still in this for sure. Oh, that's a bad touch from KJ, but thankfully for him, none of the Penguins are back on offense. Fluffy Knight gets it over. Fragrance hits it right back to Fluffy Knight. They take it up the left wall. Fragrance seeing what he can do, tries to pass it out to someone, but unfortunately neither player on the Penguins or the Hydras were there for it. Fluffy Knight gonna take this one. KJ turns around, goes back to the corner, tries to get a touch, gets a good touch. Unfortunately, Fluffy Knight is right there waiting for it. Crazy goes up for it, almost hits it off of Fragrance into the net. See if more can happen. Oh no! I think Crazy Bacon missed the touch on defense and KJ takes it. I think he thought he was gonna take a 50, but no, he gets something even better. He gets a goal, puts his team up by 2.
And oh, wow, that's gotta hurt for the Penguins. Missing that nutty shot, that would have been insane to look if they would have got that top fence shot off, but instead it comes the other way and it's scored on them. The Hydras are just clicking at this point. What can you do if you're the Penguins? Who knows? Right now, the Hydras are just taking a commanding lead in this game. There's only a minute left, so these Penguins, they have to do something quick if they want to come back in this game and take game three. So we'll see what they do, and we'll see what the Hydras have to say about it. And Fragrant shutting them down, saying this is not your game to win.
Hydras are so dominant right now. Crazy Bacon just little too slow to that ball. I don't know if he had boost or not, but either way, Hydra's up by 3 now in game 3. 40 seconds left on the timer. Fluffy Knight gonna take this a little slow. Gonna see if he can double touch it. Gets the double touch. Crazy Bacon could get it. Oh, he wasn't there in time though. I think that's game. 30 seconds left. It's possible, but it's very unlikely. Fluffy Knight in the corner. Fragrance is gonna take it. Crazy Bacon just, oh, and they bump each other at midfield. Penguins just not really able to do much right now. What do you think their mentality is gonna be going into game 4? They were so dominant in game 1. Fluffy putting up over 1,000 points by himself. And now it's completely flipped. Hydras are on top, completely dominating every game since.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happened to the Penguins. Maybe that first game got in their heads. They won by so much they expected it to be a landslide because the Hydras did give them exactly what they wanted. They let them do what they wanted when they wanted to do it. And now the Hydras taking a commanding lead, kind of flipping the script and telling the Penguins, I mean, hey, this is our house. It's your home stadium, but it's our house and we're here to stay. Uh, it- the Penguins, they just have to get more physical. They have to play quicker and they need to play more of a team-based game because if they don't, right now they're just sending the ball straight into KJ and Fragrance, and you cannot do that, especially in this league, because you'll get punished for it every time. So more high percentage shots and just better rotations and more physicality is how you're going to beat the Hydras team. But right now, the Penguins are looking they're very, very not good. That's the only way you can put that. It's just not good for the Penguins right now. They need to switch something up.
Yeah, Crazy Bacon with only 84 points that game. I just think he lost mentality or something after that second game. Couldn't quite bring it back. And I mean, that game noticeably, the Penguins weren't using each other nearly as much. They didn't have as many double commits that game, but overall, they just don't seem to be working as a unit.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with that, and we just have to see what they're gonna do in game four. It's 2-1 to the Hydras, and all you can do is wait and watch to see what the Penguins do. There's no real telling what's going through their heads right now unless you were in their comms. So we'll see what they do in game four.
Yeah, game 4, we'll get right into it. KJ hits it over to the left corner. Fragrance alone on defense currently, waiting very patiently. Crazy's going up for it, has a chance. Unfortunately, he's a little slow, not enough power. Fluffy Knight's there to keep them on the offense. Oh, gets a great opportunity. I don't know what happened, but they couldn't touch the ball. I think they just got the demo instead on accident. Fluffy Knight turns around, goes up for it, gets a 50, but it goes overwhelmingly in the Hydra's favor. Fragrance gets a nice touch. KJ is going to have to go back, play on defense a little bit. Tries to cut it over Fluffy Knight, but Fluffy Knight's not having any of it. Fluffy Knight tries to dribble, couldn't get the flick. Fragrance has an opportunity, hits it against the wall. Crazy Bacon turns a little too wide. Fluffy Knight gets the save. It's a nice placement on the shot. Penguins come out of it. Penguins have a great opportunity here. No Hydras on defense, but KJ barely gets back and saves it. Has just enough boost. Penguins retreat from offense. Crazy Bacon whips. Fluffy Knight takes the ball. Fragrance sits against the wall. KJ's back on defense alone. Goes up for it. Doesn't hit it. Goes off the crossbar. Fragrance gets it past the last Penguin member on defense. Fluffy Knight couldn't get the touch. Couldn't get any graze on that ball to keep it from going in. And Fragrance takes another goal.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate by the Penguins. I mean, they overcommit just the slightest bit and they get punished for it immediately. It was a pretty even game tumbling, and I think you can agree that both teams were kind of playing a little bit of ping pong and really kind of the same game style. But is that the spark for the Hydras to come out and just dominate again, or is that the spark that has the Penguins thinking, you know what, screw this, we're tired of being beat down and bullied in this series. Let's come back and win this thing.
Definitely seeming to do a lot better than last two games. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for the Penguins, that ball doesn't roll in. Almost another goal for the Hydras. Crazy Bacon gets a great touch off the corner. Goes for the demo. KJ had already jumped. Fluffy Knight's back. Plays it a little patiently. Tries to get it around Fragrance. Couldn't do it. Takes a 50 over to the right wall. Crazy Bacon goes for it now. Seeing what he can do. Neither player gets a touch on it. Fragrance hits it all the way back. Crazy Bacon waiting. In net, both Penguins players are on defense. Fragrance gets a good 50. Fluffy Knight's going up for it. Takes a bit of a, what seems like a shot. Crazy Bacon going for it. Whiffs. KJ is taking it slow now. Gets a decent flick. Fluffy Knight ready for the shot. 1v2 situation. Fragrance wins the 50. Crazy's going up for it just to try and keep semblance. Baits out Fragrance. Gives Fluffy Knight a little bit of time to get back on defense, and it works well because Fluffy Knight gets a save. 3 saves for Fluffy Knight already. Fragrance takes a shot. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. Right off the post. It doesn't go in, but the Penguins players had already jumped, and so it bounced right back into them, unfortunately.
Dude, in a weird analogy, but that's like stomping on a Lego there, tunneling. You had this save, and then your teammate comes back around and buries it in the back of your net. You're down 2-0 with a
Oh
minute and 40
no.
seconds left to go. That just can't feel good. The Penguins have to be just a little bit demoralized after that one. There's no way they're not feeling that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's just about as, well, unfortunate as that could have gotten. Fluffy Knight, though, still trying to go for it. They're not out of it yet. 2 goals in a minute and 20 is not impossible. It is definitely doable, but whether, oh, almost as 3 Hydras are still maintaining this pressure. Hydras have so, if you'll notice too, the Hydras, they have so many more saves this game than their other games. Normally they would have had maybe 2 saves at the most in their last games, but now Penguins are putting a lot more pressure on than normal, and they can just get more of that pressure. They can definitely have an opportunity to bring this right back to game 5.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And the problem with the Penguins right now, they're getting the right amount of pressure on this Hydras team. They're just not
Oh,
putting it away.
it's
And
an opportunity.
he just doesn't cut back for that ball and he doesn't try to put that middle. And instead goes for the slow play when he's running out of time. Only 25 seconds left to go. That's just not how you come back in these situations. They've had the pressure. They're just not putting shots on net right now.
Just a few small mistakes and choices. This could be an opportunity though. No, Fragrance reads it. Crazy Bacon backflipped on accident. That's probably gonna be it. Don't think they're gonna score 2 in 3 seconds. Penguins, I believe their first loss on the season. Granted, they took 1 game. It's better than none. But Hydras, their season, they're showing they're not out of this.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's gotta hurt for the Penguins. You never want to take your first loss, but when you do, it's heart-wrenching, especially when you couldn't even play your actual lineup. You had to bring somebody out, but I will give it to Crazy Bacon. He came into the series and he did what he had to do. He came in and played hard, and I mean, what else can you ask for? He was kind of forced into the situation. But right now for the Hiders, they have to be feeling good. This was kind of given to them as the Penguins laid down in the last 3 games of this series. So I mean, what else can you be except ecstatic that you got the series dub, especially in front of all the beautiful viewers. So yeah, that's just beautiful Rocket League.
For sure. You can't blame Crazy Bacon too much. Didn't expect to play in an upper league match. Did the best he could, I'm sure. Hydras, Their record goes up by 1. Penguins, they're still in it too. These teams, they're both very dominant, and they showed that Penguins can still be very dominant.
Yeah,
We'll
most definitely.
pull in the Hydras.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Congrats to both of you. I mean, KJ and Fragrance, you both played an insane game in this series. How does it feel to come into this series and turn the series around from that game one?
Fragrance, you want to take that one?
Well, feel a lot better because game one we were, let's just say we were not doing so hot at all by any means. We were missing a lot of easy touches, but coming back around, doing game two, three, I think we pulled it around dramatically. And KJ also helped me get my head out, you know, get out of my head basically.
Yeah, man's had a couple whiffs, and he started letting it get into his head, and you could, I mean, I could really tell, and the fact that we were able to pull him out of that, and then able to get the series win, dude, it feels good.
You guys definitely had a dominant performance after game one, putting up goal after goal. Fragrance, easily the biggest goal scorer on the field today. You guys are so dominant. So, what changed between game one and two? What did you guys really think about mentally wise?
I know for me, it was more so just trying to get Fragrance into the right mindset. So instead of, harping on missed touches or missed shots or missed opportunities, it was more so, okay, we got to slow down a little bit. We got to play our game. We can't play their game because I'm going to be honest with you, Fluffy Knight is absolutely cracked. And some of the stuff that he was doing in game one, we were not prepared for. Once we were able to, talk about taking him out of the play and getting in those 1v1 situations with Crazy Bacon, it helped us out so much because we were able to finally, control the pace of the game to how we like to play.
For sure. Fluffy Knight, definitely a force to be reckoned with. The Penguins as a whole, definitely a force to be reckoned with. Were you a little nervous when they pulled up in a depth player and then game one happened?
It was more of a surprise because we didn't know what all was going on. We were just kind of big chilling and kind of vibing before we even got into the game, and then we saw Crazy Bacon come in there, which props to Crazy Bacon. I mean, he played as well as he possibly could for he was up to speed, but it was just a little bit much. But even still, it's nice to be able to get that experience. So hats off to Bacon.
Definitely, definitely. All right. Any teams? We got to ask the question. Any teams that you guys are confident to beat, scared to lose against?
Fragrance, I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know enough of the teams, so at the moment, KJ, you're the one that's been here a lot longer than I have, so go for it.
All right. Well, I am looking forward to playing the Eagles again because
Okay.
the first one went to five. The first matchup went to 5 games, and we were able to come out on top on that one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the improvements are whenever we play them again in week 8. So, Patty, Debbie, Tyler, we're coming for you.
Call them out by name. Oh,
Well, you guys have shown that you are definitely still in this season, still have a chance overall. Cyproc, do you have any last questions?
I have nothing else to ask. This was a great series here at Dunlock.
Awesome. All right. Well, GG's to both teams. We will be back. We're going to take a short break. We have more streams, full load of streams tonight, so make sure you stay around.
I've got you hanging on my words. Taste so sweet even when they hurt. You wanna feel, wanna fall.
What is up, Frontier Doubles League? Welcome back to the stream. We are thankfully on time today, and I am here with our lovely co-host, Audley. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really excited, my friend. I am really ready for some great gameplay tonight.
Same here. Both teams here, the Vipers and the Rams of Star League. Both teams are 2-1 on the season. This match could go either way. Both teams are both also playing very top tier lineups. J-Dubs and Water for the Rams, and Covius and Sniz for the Vipers.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting point you say there as well. I'm excited to see how these two teams play, having the same record, and playing with their better lineups. So we'll just see how things go for the first game, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, let's get right into it. I'm excited to see what happens. The Vipers are playing their A lineup currently, Covius and Sniz. I wonder if J-Dubs and Water, I wonder if they can keep up with them.
Yeah, again, we're just gonna get things started here, waiting for everyone to join up in the lobby. But yeah, no, again, I like I said, I'm really excited to just see how things go as we count it down here for the first kickoff of game number 1.
Kickoff goes to the right wall. Water gets a nice demo on the kickoff. Could be, oh, but passing play right away. J-Dubs hits it into the net. Golden toilet paper, goal explosion, and all. Water with an amazing pass.
Man, you love to see that under 10 seconds, just setting the tone. Game number 1 with a beautiful pass and a beautiful shot.
Water and J-Dubs have a lot of chemistry over their course of playing Rocket League. Water immediately challenges Covius' flick, sends it right smack dab into the middle of the net.
Man, they're starting things off hot. Under 10 seconds for the first goal, and under 10 seconds later, the second goal shows up.
Vipers, 4:47 on the clock. They can get 2 goals in that. They can get a lot more than 2 goals in that, but oh, Water, they almost get a goal on there. Water backflipped. Didn't think the Viper would miss. J-Dub's gonna see what he can do right here. Couldn't get it quite out to mid. Water might be able to recover. Gets a pass out mid. J-Dubs almost gets it. Vipers come out with the save. Sniz going for the air dribble. Gonna see if he can get this in. Ran out of boost and control at the last second. Covius gonna take the Rams boost over in the corner. Almost does more with it. Water gonna try and pressure for the demo. Sniz, nice recovery. Doesn't get demoed. Covius gonna take this slow.
Much better play coming out from the Vipers here. I know a big thing as well is the fact that as I say that, oh, he sends it high.
Almost.
Oh my, as I was saying that, I just, it was important that they get out of that 20 seconds where they can get a little sense of how the game is going. And clearly things are getting sorted out for the Vipers right now.
Yeah, normally game 1s are reserved for the feel-out game, seeing what both teams are capable of, what they're going to go for, what they're not. Rams have just decided, throw all that out the window, just score now. We're not going to wait till any game in the future.
Exactly. They're coming out guns blazing. And there we have
Vipers,
it.
amazing clang of a shot. Covius, perfect placement. J-Dubs tried to get the save, but it was right there on the post and it bounced in off of him.
Just a perfectly placed shot. Water was close. You got to give him credit for the attempt, but again, it was just perfectly placed. That thing was bouncing in regardless.
Rams are going to put some pressure on the Vipers here. Covius was alone, gets a good touch out though. Sniz is right there to intercept J-Dub's touch. Sends it out mid. Covius doesn't go for it, waits for Water's touch. Water can't do much more, tries to get in the way of Covius. J-Dubs is sitting back, waiting for that ball to come right back to him. Sniz is gonna take it a little slow, goes for an air dribble, gets around 1. Water gets a 50. Oh, Sniz could not get it mid though. Water's gonna take control of it. Covius is the only one back on defense. It's a 1v2 situation. Both Vipers are back now though. Covius hits it out. Sniz is the only one currently. Water gets it to the corner. Seems like the Vipers, oh, they're having a little bit of a miscommunication, but they get away with it. Get the
Oh.
save. J-Dubs takes the ball over to the left corner. Both these
Yeah.
teams, they're seeming like they're doing their feel out right now.
Yeah, much better play coming up from both teams. Again, like you said, there was a little bit of a mix-up on the Vipers there, but they're keeping things calm, making sure they're patient. As the demo comes out to midfield, disrupts everything for the Vipers' push. They still have the ball.
Both these teams, Vipers, like you said, they're playing a little bit more defensively now. They know what they're doing wrong. They're used to the Rams' offensive pushes, it seems. Wonder if they can translate that into more offense themselves.
Yeah, I don't really have any complaints with how they've been playing in the last half here, other than obviously a few mistakes. But again, they're keeping it close. It is just a one-goal game still.
Oh, bomb.
Oh, that was a close call. Kovius was out of play there a little bit, but great heads-up play by Sniz.
Vipers are surely going for it. They do not want to lose this game and go down in the series to start. Having a lot of offensive pressure. Hit it out mid. Almost goes in off the 50, but slides right across the bottom of the net. Kovius is in the corner playing some good defense. Water goes for the 50. Can't win it very well. Goes up, gets a bump on Sniz though. Kovius is back. Doesn't let the Rams capitalize on anything. Get the save. They both double commit for that, but thankfully they don't get capitalized off of that. Water's over there causing trouble. Rams are just putting all of this pressure on non-stop, and when they rotate out, they usually go for a bump or something. Whether they hit them or not, it makes the Vipers have to pay attention to more stuff other than what's happening with the ball.
Sniz here, going for a flip reset. Could have been beautiful,
So close.
but with 30 seconds left, it was a bit of a risky play. Didn't pay off to tie the game, but they're just definitely been playing pretty aggressive. 10
Good
seconds left.
opportunity. Jados with the save. Water goes up for it, gets the save too. Great defense from the Rams, keeps them, and that's gonna do it. The defense from the Rams in the last few seconds keeps them and gives them game one.
Yeah, just an unfortunate touch there at the end. Kovius, or I believe that was Sniz, knew that he had to keep it up, but he unfortunately got a bad touch on it. With very little boost, it just didn't work out. But yeah, I have no complaints for that game. Kept it one goal, and I think, like you said, it is a feeler out just for the first game. But things definitely sped up near the end there for both teams. So again, no complaints.
It was definitely a close game. Vipers showing that they're not out of it. It wasn't a blowout by far. Rams is happening have great offensive pressure in the first 15 seconds of the game where they scored twice. They had both teams had a lot of saves too, so it's still neck and neck.
Yeah, I think the key to the Rams' victory there was a little bit more control, not only with the ball but more with their cars as well, and just being aware of the position of their teammate, right? Especially the first goal that came out, in under 10 seconds, like with a beautiful pass right to the center field, that carried out for the rest of the game.
For sure. We'll get started in game 2 here. I think we're
Oh.
going to have a map change real quick
Yeah,
right before we get in here.
yeah, that's no problem. That's understandable. Not everyone likes the snow. Not everyone's Canadian, like
Be a little
myself.
hard to see. It gets all over the windshield, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And Rocket League cars, do they have windshield wipers? I don't know.
I hope so.
I feel like some of them do, but if my memory serves me correctly, I don't think the Octane does. Then again, I'm not looking for windshield wipers, but that's not important. What's important is game 2 that again, we might have to do a map change, which is understandable.
We did in there very soon. So, what do you think the Vipers need to do to get that advantage over the Rams?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here was, like I said, I don't really have a lot of complaints for how they played, but I will say they weren't really in um they weren't really in position for each other, if that makes sense. I saw Sniz with a few nice bumps that sent the Rams out of position, and Kovius was not there for the shot, which is, again, it's understandable. It's a bit hard to get that judged out for the first game, but I think that that's the biggest takeaway from game one.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think the Vipers started to get their chemistry going at the very last second, but the Rams, they had a lot of demos. The Vipers had a lot of attempted demos, but I think that was one of the key things that you pointed out too. The Vipers, they're trying to go for those offensive pushes, but they just couldn't get it as well as the Rams did.
Yeah, exactly. As we get into game number 2 here, it's no longer going to be a snow map. It's going to be Beckwith Park. Freshly trimmed grass.
Get right into it as soon as we can. Get all the players back in here.
Yeah, I think
Think
this is
of-
really going to go ahead there. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. The Vipers, I think honestly, the biggest thing is they need to look for each other a lot more. It seemed like
Yeah.
they were going for a lot of dribbles, a lot of flicks, which those are great. Don't get me wrong. Those can work fantastically. But overall, if they work together like the Rams were, I think they're going to be the dominant team in this.
Right, right. Yeah, no, exactly. I'd like to see how this gets played out for the second game. As we get things started, we're gonna get a countdown here shortly. As we get into game number 2, kickoff between Water and Kovius. J-Dubs immediately there with the pressure. Although Sniz almost had a moment there, but Water is just not letting them get out to past midfield, as we see a double commit coming up from the Vipers early on in game number 2. Kovius sends it back. Following up his touch, gets it past J-Dubs. But again, like we said, Sniz wasn't there. As we said, like I say, that he does get a shot off, but he could have had a little bit more time, or have taken less time if he was a little bit closer to the play, because it was a great center for him to have a nice shot off.
Vipers coming out with a lot more offense this game compared to the Rams. It's the exact opposite of game 1 in the first half. Rams are on the defense this entire minute so far. Except for that, Water almost gets it.
Yeah, nice shot there, but right now we're seeing a lot of boomer ball as Kovius
That's it.
just with a beautiful goal.
Kovius comes out with that offense, knew exactly what to do off that bounce.
As I was saying, boomer ball, he's decided to keep it off the ground there and send it nice and high. So Water was a little bit out of position there for that save. And there we go. Vipers are leading this game for the first time in the series as well, as Kovius has some time in the center field, and just like that, he misses the flick. Like we were just talking about, flicks can be very beneficial. Sniz with a beautiful save. Come out with the mustard. Sniz with the follow-up, and it's 2-0 Vipers. They're still with me there, Ton. Oh. I may have lost him.
Oh, my bad. My mic wasn't there, but
Oh.
like I was saying, the Vipers' pressure is just phenomenal right now. Water I don't think he had boost on that, and he couldn't go up for it. The rotations too, it's just really emphasizing how dominant the Vipers can be.
Yeah, like I said, I was just talking about what a beautiful save by Kovius. Water booms it high off the crossbar. Great opportunity for the Rams there to get bring things to a 1-goal lead. Now Sniz is here. He's got lots of time as Water's keeping the pressure up, looking for the touch. J-Dubs has a little bit of time, but decides to send it off the backboard. Kovius is there. Sends it back. And again, like I said, this game's been very different. It's been a lot of boomer ball. Excuse me. between both teams.
You're right. The Rams are trying to find some sort of offensive pressure in this match. I haven't really been able to stay in the Vipers half for very long. Halfway through, and I mean the Vipers are going for demos. They're actually getting their demos too compared to last game. Rams just can't seem to get it together right now.
Yeah, I think it seems as though the Rams are kind of in shambles to the point where that's where the boomer ball I feel like is coming out from, because they just can't seem to have any moments
This could be an
or
opportunity.
capitalize on them. As we say that, the Rams almost put themselves on the board for the first time this game. Niz with a nice
Rams.
bump.
J-Dubs has 3 saves on his own. Vipers have 4 saves. Vipers are not only putting up pressure on offense, their defense, they're saving everything.
Yeah, 1000% stepping it up this game. Kobe had a little bit of time there, but again, it's sending a little bit far. And Sniz cleans up the mess.
I mean, game 1, it was neck and neck still, despite the early lead from the Rams. But this game, it is all Vipers.
Yes, 3-0 with 1 minute and 23 seconds left. Vipers in clear control of this game. Be interesting to see how the Rams can, if they can come back in any way this game, if not the next. At this point, I still think there's time. There's a minute left. So, as I say that, Sniz almost puts a nice shot on net. Well, he does put a nice shot on net and almost puts it in. But
J-Dubs with
again,
his 4th save.
nice little flip reset. Water brings him up on the board for the first time this game.
Water showing that the Rams are not out of it, showing what he can do, why this team is still 2-1, still a dominant team in their conference.
Yeah, I think with bringing the game to 2 goals instead of 3, with 50 seconds left, that's a lot of time still. And a beautiful save from J-Dubs.
J-Dubs is making sure this Rams team is not out of this game. 5 saves on his own.
Man, like I said, he's been great on the defense, but I think a bigger. I've
my
just been
gosh.
interrupted by another goal by J-Dubs. 23 seconds left. 1 goal game.
Think it happen? I think it might happen.
I think it might
I
happen.
think it might happen.
23 seconds is a lot of time. The Rams, especially with that save from J-Dubs, they have all the momentum right now. But momentum doesn't mean anything if there's no goal on the board. J-Dubs is backwards again.
Oh
My goodness!
Oh my gosh, the Rams tied it up within the last minute and a half.
J-Dubs just putting the team on his back with that air dribble going from one end to the other, and it is a tie game with 10 seconds left of game number 2. This, like I said a minute ago,
Oh no. Well,
It's the caster curse, my friend. I keep speaking too soon.
Water just, both the Rams actually just caught off a little bit on rotation, and Vipers just barely enough power and bounce on that ball to send it in right as it hit 0.
Wow, that game there, game number 2, was really enjoyable to watch. Like, compared to game number 1, this game was a lot more refined from the Vipers. Rams were in a bit of shambles, although near the end there, that's where they came back, and a really unfortunate way to end the game that was played so well by both teams.
Yeah, the Rams, I mean, it was seeming like it was a blowout for the Vipers, but in the end, it was still neck and neck. Rams are still here to play.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What do you think the Rams did differently at the latter half of the game?
Man, I think the biggest thing with the Rams there, like I said, they did come back and tie things up with 10 seconds left, which was awesome to see. It was really great to see that for the Rams. I think J Dubs had all the momentum moving forward, and I did say that momentum doesn't mean anything, but J Dubs proved me wrong. Yeah, they just brought things back. And what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rams, they were on the defensive half. They were on their heels the entire game, but I think they just found those small opportunities that the Vipers did somehow with the ball or not play very well. J-Dubs takes that ball from the corner. Covius wins the 50 on J-Dubs. Sniz takes a shot, goes for a double, gets the double touch. Sniz with the first goal of the game, 15 seconds in.
That was nasty, Sniz. J-Dubs gets a touch on the ball, it seems, but not good enough to get it away from Sniz's second touch. Definitely setting the tone for game number 3.
Sniz had barely any boost to get that double touch too. Impressive that he managed to get it so confidently. Doesn't get a great touch off the corner. J-Dub sends it a little too hard towards Water across the net. Water gets a good shot, good 50. Good 50 on Sniz. Vipers are in their defensive end. Covius goes up for the touch. Both Vipers members double commit. Water's still being a nuisance on the Vipers half. J-Dubs goes up for it. Pass to Water. Water decides not to take it. J-Dubs instead, they knew what they were doing. J-Dubs, a great placement on that shot.
Yeah, just like what you were saying, Water is keeping the pressure up, giving J-Dubs plenty of time to have a beautiful shot like that. Sends it top corner, and we're tied at with under a minute still in the game.
J-Dubs goes for this push, takes it slow, tries to get it around Covius with a fake, doesn't get it. Gets a great 50 on both members of the Vipers. Water's a little too far forward, decides to go back, get ready for Sniz to touch. J-Dubs tries to get in the way, couldn't do it. Water, I'm not sure really what happened, but Vipers secure a goal off of an odd rotation from the Rams.
Yeah, J-Dubs had an interesting idea there. If it worked out, it was definitely risky, and it clearly didn't pan out for the Rams, as it definitely scared Water to the point where he wasn't able to save that.
Vipers capitalizing on everything they can. Demo from J-Dubs on Sniz. Covius demos Water. Sniz takes it to the corner. J-Dubs is trying to demo Sniz. He's getting in the way, but it doesn't work. Sniz doesn't even have to jump or avoid the demo attempt. Swerves around a little bit and takes the shot immediately after. Gets it right over Water.
There we have it. We're already up with more than half left in the game. It's 2-goal lead for the Vipers. Just a great shot coming up from Sniz. And we'll see what the Rams can do here, as this will be the second game that they're trailing.
Vipers are up by 2 now. Sniz gets another demo on Water. Vipers are thirsty for these offensive plays. Rams are recovering. Oh my gosh, Water almost gets a little flashy backwards dribble on that. J-Dubs takes it over the corner. Sniz gets a 50 right over the Rams. It's still sitting in front of the net. Sniz decides to be a little bit more patient. J-Dubs sends it to the corner. And it's a passing play. Vipers are starting to use each other a lot more this game too. Still there, J-Dubs. Man, these Rams, their rotations are spot. And is that in? No, it goes off. Goes right off the post.
That would have been a perfect counter attack for the Rams, and they would have needed something like that as well. But that does keep in mind for them that they can do something like that. So as long as they can keep that up for the last half of this game, we'll see if they can tie it.
The Vipers are just putting on so much offense that the Rams, when they do get a counterattack, they're doing their best to make it work, but there's so much respect being given because these Rams know what the Vipers can do.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great way to start the game off with Water with a beautiful save. As he interrupts me, I was saying that Sniz with that double tap definitely makes them want to respect them more.
The demo from Cobius to Water again. Water's been relentlessly bullied this game with the demos. Tries to avoid it. You saw him jump, but Cobius was ready for it, and Sniz finishes it off.
With a wide open field like that, with Sniz, the ball on top of his car, there's not really much you can do other than avoid the demo. And right then and there, if someone's heat seeking you, good luck.
These Vipers are definite. Oh, that could be a goal, Kobe. So I think. Oh, what a save for J-Dubs! It was a great save, but the Rams were ready to make sure it went in. They were not giving that one up.
Yeah, just a great try for the save, but just really unfortunate that it went post to post, just allowing J-Dubs to just clean up the mess. But now we have a 2-goal game again, as the Rams here with a minute 30 left. They have a little bit of time.
Vipers, they have a chance. He gets it over, but unfortunately, the Rams, the Vipers are ready and back on defense. Trying to get some semblance of offense going. Trying to get some semblance of offense going past the Vipers' defense, that is. These Vipers are phenomenal on both defense and offense right now, and it makes sense. I mean, this is the Vipers' top lineup.
Yeah, just as you say that, that was a great 50 by Sniz. To keep things, to keep a heads-up play. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out as Cobius. What a beautiful save!
J-Dubs takes off him. Did he go though? No. Okay, he got back just in time. Yeah, these Rams, they're still doing everything they possibly can, but nothing's getting past this Vipers defense right now. They're getting so close every time, but not much seems to be going through. It goes off the backboard for the Rams. J-Dubs is up, misses it. Cobius can't put it on. I think the Rams thought it was in. Goes off the post. Rams. Little blessed right there to not get a goal against them again.
That's the worst position.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
I spoke a little too soon. The Rams continue that pressure. Nice pass from Cobius and Sniz. They knew exactly what they were doing, and Cobius lightly tapped it down onto the top of Sniz.
1 second left. They are just racking things up at this point. This is a very different game from game number 1. I mean, even game number 2. They definitely lost things near the end of game number 2, but they have not lost one semblance of how they were playing this game.
Sniz coming out with 800 plus points. These Vipers are looking dominant. Yeah, like you were saying though, this is the only game that has been like this. This is the only blowout. Both games were by 1 goal at the end.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I said, Vipers were dominant the first half of game number 2, but this time around, it was dominant the whole game. Last time they did unfortunately lose things near the end of the game, so it was tied at some point, so they very well could have lost it without that lucky bounce of a shot with 0 seconds left on the clock. But this game is just a different game that they're playing right now.
It was very unfortunate in game 2, and the Vipers, I think, honestly, that game 2, that last second goal for the Vipers, I think that kind of shot the Rams mentality a bit for this one.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting take as well. I think I'd like for that not to be true. I'd like for that not to affect your play, but things like that unfortunately do, right? It does carry over into the games you play after, especially when you're playing with someone else too. So we'll see, and hopefully that they can bring things back and not lose this game here and lose a 3-1 series.
Rams would certainly like to go up by another win for their record. Vipers, though, I don't know. Judging by the series, if the Vipers keep up what they've been doing, Vipers are looking to take this whole series.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things go. And I'm excited to see how things go here.
The demo Shot is not on though. Water switching cars. Kovies and Sniz. Gonna see if they can be as dominant as they were the last game. Although the Rams seeming, oh, and that's it. They start off strong. First 26 seconds. Rams coming out with exactly what they needed to get.
I think that this might be the key to their victory here, which is keeping the ball up in the air. Like we were talking about, the Vipers like to keep the ball on top of their cars for a flick or a slower play or a 50, but the Rams might actually figure this out.
Odd little touch on the ball from J-Dubs. Thankfully the Vipers though couldn't capitalize on it. Rams are a bit discombobulated in the net, but thankfully J-Dubs gets ready, gets a touch. I think that's gonna be in. Sniz cannot get back to it. J-Dubs, amazing play from his net all the way over to the other net.
Yeah, I think with as we see there, Sniz was just pushed up a little bit too far, not expecting any touch that J-Dubs had there. But you gotta be very, very careful, especially in doubles, because then you're gonna get scored on like that, and you're gonna go down by 2 with under 1 minute passed.
Yes, tries to air dribble. Sees if he can get it on the landing. J-Dubs goes for it again. The 50 goes overwhelmingly in favor of the Vipers though. Water tries. Misreads the bounce a little bit. That's a shot. What an angle from Sniz.
Man, yeah, no, I think Water just unfortunately didn't get a good touch. It was too slow to the ball there off the wall, but Sniz took his time, made sure he had enough time to get a proper shot on the net, and boy, was that proper.
And to be fair, I don't think Water ever thought Sniz was going to go for a shot like that off the corner. He wasn't ready at all for it, and Vipers showing that they're still in this game. They want this 3-1 win. Takes it, J-Dubs. Gets a save, Sniz. Water gets a demo. Demos are still going strong in this series. Water could have a chance here. Sniz hits it off the corner. J-Dubs, it gets past him. There's no defenders back yet. They get a bump. Oh my gosh, what a save from J-Dubs.
Man, that was a great little flip reset that he had there. Definitely trying to be a little bit more sneaky, a little more flashy.
What happened? What? Rams just kind of tap it in gently. I'm not really sure what happened to the Vipers there, but
I'm
Rams,
just as
they
confused as you are.
capitalized.
I am just as confused as you are, my
Yeah,
friend.
I'm sure they're gonna be happy to take that one.
Yeah, no complaints there from the Vipers. Niz, for some reason, was fighting to get back there. So he's clearly out of position, but maybe he needed some boost or something, right? Boost over ball. That's how we play this game, right? Am I wrong?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh.
I mean, the boost over ball mentality kind of worked out there. I mean, Kovius, an air dribble from the corner.
No, that was a great little air dribble there. Keeping them in the game.
Oh
Like I
no.
said. Oh no.
Well, that is incredibly unfortunate. The kickoff, Water, I'm not sure what happened, but messes up the kickoff and J-Dubs couldn't get back in time. Vipers tie it up, half the game remaining.
Great heads up play from Kovius there to notice that Water was messing up his kickoff.
What a save though. Vipers almost get scored on that kickoff. Rams are over-committing and double-committing a little bit. A little bit of miscommunication here. I mean, Rams have shown that they can still play it. They're not out of this series, but it just seems when they gain a lead, they just can't hold on to it for very long. Water, I'm not sure if Kovius was going to be able to get the shot on that, but Water makes sure he doesn't.
Man, the demos are coming out late in this game. As we still have a tie game. I'm still a little bit confused, my friend. It was 3-1 a bit ago, wasn't it?
I'm not really sure. The Rams is kind of... Oh, and a bump. Sniz, he makes it a lead by 1 for the Vipers. Yeah, I don't know. The Rams is. It seems that when they do so well and get a lead, no matter how much it seems to be, they just can't quite hold on to it in the series.
Yeah, that I do want to say, just a heads up play by Sniz, seeing Water coming back for the demo. Again, he was a little bit out of position, so that's kind of all he had to do, or all he could do, was go back for a demo, but Sniz wasn't having any of it. Definitely being patient while he was supersonic, and got the flip off to put it off the post.
J-Dubs takes over to the right wall, getting chased by Sniz constantly. Has to not only worry about what the ball's doing, where his teammate's going, but the opponent right behind him. J-Dubs carries it almost. Kovius barely gets back. Rams almost tied it. Sniz almost own goals it, but it works out in his favor, thankfully. Water gets that touch. Sniz is already up for it. J-Dubs has to play it safe. Try not to get demoed by Kovius, but Kovius. Oh, Sniz with the mid-air bump. Water's ready though, thankfully for them. Goes up for it again, sees if he can get it. Sniz was not there in time. I thought he barely just got it, but no, it was just a power from Water. What a great shot.
And just like how I was saying in the beginning of the game, the Rams' key to victory is keeping the ball up in the air. As we say that, Water has a nice follow-up for himself, as he had plenty of time. Ties the game with under a minute left.
I think it's interesting to note too, both these teams, if you look at the scoreboard, each player on the field has 2 goals, at least 2 saves except for one player, and nearly identical shots. These stats are almost the exact same.
They truly are playing a doubles game right now. Nobody here in this game is putting the other player on the back. And that's just the kind of game you like to see.
For sure, it definitely makes it more entertaining. Vipers though, oh, it comes off the crossbar. Sniz almost solidified their win. Rams need this goal or else they are done. This is match point for the Rams. Kovius lets Sniz have it. Sniz goes up for it. Oh, and Sniz gets it! He dunks the defender in the net!
Niz just absolutely dunks J-Dubs. Kovius was there for the bump. He missed, but Sniz said, nah, 0 seconds. I got the ice.
Poor J-Dubs. He had to go up for that when he did because he was going to get demoed otherwise. There's nothing else he could have done. Sniz with 9 shots too. And it showed that last goal. This man, absolutely insane.
Man, all I have to say is what a series we just watched. 2 0-second goals to finish the game. 2 tight games as well. Man, what a series we just witnessed as Vipers take it 3-1.
We'll see if we can potentially get the Vipers in here for an interview. I wonder what happened from games 1 and then 2, 3, and 4. I mean, Rams, they almost came back several times.
Yeah, no, yeah, like you said, like it was very, very close games regardless. And for game number 4, the stats were 7 demos for Vipers and 7 for the Rams as well.
Oh my gosh.
Man, they were playing every sorts of the game. Man, I don't know what else to say. I think that game number 4 there, we had the demos. You know, we didn't have a carry. We had everyone playing their role in this doubles game, and we had a 0-second air dribble dunk to to win the series.
I think there's no better option than to just ask them directly. Let's pull them in here. What is up, guys? Congrats on the wins. How are you feeling?
Doing all right.
Feeling pretty good.
That
It's
was some
awesome.
great gameplay from both of you. What was your transition from game 1 to 2, 3, and 4?
I was able to see the field.
Fair enough.
It's pretty much it.
Yeah, that map was pretty bright.
Yeah, he does have a good point there. The snow does get in the way a little bit, but definitely you guys clearly showed us what you could do after we switched from game number 1.
It's all Sniz, man. Picked him up right at the beginning of the season. Man's cracked.
Man, and you know what, Sniz, like we said, that finisher for game number 4 was awesome to see. But Covius, applause to you as well, my friend. You guys were playing your roles. What can we be more thankful for than that series we just watched?
And you guys lost game 1 and dominated in game 3, especially. Were you a little afraid that the Rams were starting to come back? Because in game 2 and 4, you guys were neck and neck.
Yeah.
I think, well, maybe from Sniz's perspective, he's a young gun. Me personally, I'm here to just play, so never any pressure. Being a captain on the Vipers, there's never any pressure. You go into the game, play your game, have fun, enjoy. So no stress.
A great mindset to have. You win a lot of games with it, clearly. So how are you guys feeling the rest of the season? Are there any teams, obviously, I gotta ask, are there any teams that you are afraid to play, confident to beat?
I mean, I feel like if we're on our A game, we can definitely beat any team out there.
I was gonna say, not with Sniz in the front line.
For sure, you guys were dominant. This is your A lineup. Correct me if I'm wrong. Definitely showing why it's your A lineup.
I'm the old gun, man. I'm the old gun. You see Sniz and Gare out there, they're gonna style every game.
Yeah, you've been around the Rocket League scene quite a long time, and it definitely shows. Cyproc, do you have any? I mean, sorry, not Cyproc. Oddly, my friend, do you have any last questions for him?
No, yeah, I think you asked some great questions there, and like I said, I'm grateful to chat with these gentlemen. And best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, well, there you have it, FDL. We still have 2 more matches on the A stream, and don't forget we have some matches on the B stream as well. There's a lot of Rocket League today, so stick around, don't go anywhere.
the night. City lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak.
Welcome back, Frontier Doubles League. Tonight we have got debatably the fastest and most action-packed match of the night. The Elite League Colts and Eagles. And to help me cast it is my good friend Audley. How you doing?
Doing really good, my friend. Very excited for this one, and I'm happy to be here.
Same here. We are finally getting in. Since we're a little late, we'll just get right into it. The Colts having a little issue with their roster, but we've resolved it, and apparently we're going to have again, like in the first series of the night, another pull-up from a lower league. This time, Chris P coming up for the Colts from Star League. Just Tuck goes up the wall. Gets it to the wall. Dunks it immediately. Goes right off that wall. Just Tuck with just a perfect amount of boost. Jay gets dunked in the net. Thunder doesn't even need to do anything. Eagles starting off incredibly strong. Chris P, the goes on kickoff. Just Tuck up in the air. Jay hits the ball over to the right wall. Thunder's back. Just Tuck's being a nuisance to Jay, making sure Jay can't do much on the offensive side of things without getting demoed. Took a 50. Just Tuck is going for it. Chris gets a nice touch over to the wall. Unfortunately, it bounces back towards the Colts net, but Jay was ready for it. Just Tuck goes up for it. Sends it on the backboard of the Colts. Jay goes up, recovers beautifully.
Man,
Chris gets a great demo. Welcome back.
I'm back. I apologize. My fire alarm was just going off there.
Understandable.
Great timing. Just put the oven on, but hey, you know what? Whether or not it's the oven or this game, something is setting off my fire alarm. Maybe it's the heat that's happening in this game.
Chris P unfortunately wasn't really ready. Went up a little too far on offense with Jay. Wasn't ready for the Eagles to bounce it right over the top of him.
All right. Yeah, so like I said, I just got back into this game, so you know, as we see on under a minute, it's already 2-0.
Let's see if the Colts can bring this back. Chris P coming up from Star League, gonna have to do his best to keep up with these players. He's shown in previous seasons, as he's a veteran of this league right now, that he can keep up with the best. Let's see if he can keep up with an A-team lineup for the Eagles, Just Tuck and Thunder.
Yeah, I think that's a great storyline that we're gonna have here. I think you know, it's a big, as much as they aren't two very different looking ranks, from GC2 to Supersonic Legend, it's a huge difference, or even GC3. Like, the difference there between the two is, it's marginal, but just insane.
Chris being an absolute nuisance at midfield against them. Takes the dribble. Thunder goes up on the wall. Jay waiting very patiently. He's not going to get baited out by that. Just Tuck with the flick. Jay tries to get a demo. Jay, can he get it again? No. All it takes is a little tap and Thunder can secure it.
Just a beautiful flick from Thunder there to send it up even on the crossbar and following up himself. But yeah, just a good play from the team to get all together to put them up by 3 goals. As we see Just Tuck here, sending it back down to the Colts end. And as we've seen so far, just the pressure that the Eagles have on the Colts right now. Just Tuck's taking his time.
I apologize too, my mic was out again, but Just Tuck getting a great goal. There's a lot of bumps in this game, especially for the Eagles. Chris is trying to get bumps. You could see him on right there, right behind Just Tuck, but he just couldn't catch up to him.
Man, They really don't want us to be casting this game, eh? The Rocket League gods just don't want it to happen.
We'll get through it. Thunder almost gets a Chris. The first goal for the Colts, the Star League pull-up, showing why he is able to be here.
You love to see it. That is the kind of speed you're gonna need in a game like this, in a series like this. Crispy brings it back. Now it's only 3 goals with 2 minutes left. Let's see if there's any potential for this team. I know that they'll be feeling each other out for this first game, but there could be potential to come back.
I think they definitely have that potential. Maybe not this game, but this series. They're starting to get that offense, as you're seeing. Demos are coming out too. Chris is getting a lot of good interceptions. Jay takes a shot. Chris with the bump. Just tucked, sent to the moon by Chris, and Jay capitalizes.
Chris is playing like he's meant to be here, as he has a great pass, a great 50, I should say, allowing Jay for a beautiful shot. Crispy just opening up the net, saying, "You in front of the net? You want to save this ball? Nuh-uh, not today." Now we're a 2-goal game.
I think Chris has realized that if he can't make some solo plays, then he'll just remove the other team from the game entirely. And Eagles are caught out a little bit over there when they bumped each other, unfortunately, and it was just enough that Jay managed to get a straight open net.
And that's just it. You're gonna see these minor mistakes, that are just gonna turn into a goal for the other team, especially in such a high game, and especially in twos. As I'm speaking, Just Tuck off the kickoff with a beautiful pass, or a beautiful shot, I should say, and Crispy with an unfortunate pass to the other team.
Yeah, Chris tried to get up to it again to recover. He realized what had happened, but unfortunately, the Eagles read it right away.
Yeah. Jay for a 50 here.
Thunder. Gonna dribble it. Just Tuck with the pass. Just Tuck knew it. Chris P. I'm not sure what happened. I just think he wasn't ready for such a powerful flick with no momentum.
Yeah, Crispy, unfortunately at a rank like this, I'm sure he's well versed in this, but just sitting still in a twos game like this where the ball is on the other team's car, you're just a sitting duck, and the other team's gonna have their way.
Totally agree. I think the Eagles have so much pressure this game that at some point the Colts are just gonna break. There's gonna be some minor touch, and especially in this league, one little mistake can mean a goal for the other team. Eagles thought Chris was gonna be able to get it. They played a little patient. Not like they really have to with this scoreline right now, but still doing their best not to throw this lead away.
Nice pass. But Thunder's there. He's just shadowing it. Making sure everyone respects that when he's around the ball, they give him some time.
Giving a lot of respect, like you said, to the Colts, despite the scoreline and despite... Oh, and Chris, as I'm talking, maybe a little too much respect. Chris just kind of lightly dribbles it over the defender.
And that's just how the game is played. Like I was saying earlier, Chris was the one sitting still, but this time Thunder had no momentum, so even the minorest flick that Crispy got off there didn't get a lot of power on it, but got just enough because Thunder wasn't moving.
Well, I just want to point out, Crispy, two things. Crispy has kept up so far, scoreboard-wise. Points. The Colts' stats are all equivocally identical. And Just Tuck, though, on the Eagles, had 10 shots and 5 goals, which is 50% shooting accuracy, but he had 10 shots.
And that just goes to show how this game is played. I will say this, I do not hate how the Colts played. I don't hate how the Colts played. I will say, if this was a high-scoring game for both teams, but to have the opportunity to have 10 shots clearly shows who's kind of in control of the series so far.
Yeah, this Colts team, they're not, it wasn't a total blowout. Yeah, both teams scored a lot of goals. The Eagles 2 more with 6-4, but Colts are still in it. Chris P with 2 goals of his own too.
Yeah, like you said, Crispy's keeping up in this series. I think that him being brought up from the lower league, he's definitely getting a feel for how the gameplay is being played. But I'm very interested to see how game number 2 is played between them.
I think it's going to be a fun series indeed if it keeps up like game 1. Hopefully it's not a complete blowout for either side.
As we're gonna get things underway for game number 2, as we have Just Tuck going for the kickoff up against Chris P. Thunder has plenty of time here. He's gonna decide to just shoot it, and giving Jay a decent opportunity. But Jay, not a very good touch again, playing a little bit too much boomer ball. Crispy with a beautiful save, but Thunder is just there to put it up in the net.
Chris with an amazing save. He tried to get back to it, but at that point, with 2 Elite League attackers, there's just not much he can do for the second one.
Yeah, I do think it was a little bit of luck there for the positioning as he did backflip. Not really lending himself well for a recovery. This Thunder just boomed that in. And Jay just has an open net. And it's a tie game.
Jay showing why he's one of the mainstays on the team. He might be a reserve, but he is still a part of this squad, and they're not out of this.
No, not out at all. I think if 30 seconds and 2 goals has anything to say about it, this might be another high-scoring game. Thunder decides to take his time here up off the wall. Jay is having none of it as it goes on the on the goal line. Crispy with a decent 50, keeping it in the Eagles' end. Ball's up high. Beautiful pass down from Jay. Crispy wasn't there for the pass. Thunder is up. Going for the follow-up. Doesn't get a great touch. Sends it back out in the corner. Tuck was looking for a 50. As Chris gets it over 1. Ooh, just an unfortunate flick from Crispy. He did have a decent amount of time. Had the ball on his car and had enough boost to do something, but didn't get a great flick off.
These 2 teams are so neck and neck right now. I mean, they're both putting on a ton of pressure. Their stats, again, both teams and all players are nearly identical. But as I say that, Thunder, again, with another goal, is second of the game.
Yeah, just those 45-degree flicks are so hard to predict, so hard to read, and so hard to save. Thunder puts on a clinical flick there as they put them up by 1 goal with close to a little bit more than half the game left to go. Oh, Crispy almost puts it up. Almost puts them up back to a tie game. Just Tuck with a nice little fake there. Either that was a fake or Crispy was playing a little too fast for his own good. Thunder goes for the
Oh, this Eagles team is so dominant.
Man, it's just a great 50 from Thunder that sends it perfectly over into the corner with a wonderful bounce. Right to Just Tuck's the front of his car. Booms that in the back of the net. 3-1 with three minutes left in the game.
Honestly, I don't think the Colts are doing that much wrong. Like, most of the goals that have been against them have been just for those very minor mistakes, which lead to like a decent shot angle for the other team. And the Eagles, I mean, we're an elite league. They're gonna make a great shot on net every time they possibly can.
Yeah, I think it's well said. You know, the Colts aren't doing a lot wrong, but the Eagles are doing a lot right. They definitely have all the pressure this game. As it's different from last games, I would say that the Colts are refining a little bit. Definitely a little more refined, but just on the same token, the Eagles are as well. As Just Tuck gets it over Crispy and puts them up by 3 goals.
Chris P couldn't get up to it in time. Just Tuck took an incredibly powerful shot from the wall, and I don't think Chris realized how powerful it was going to be.
And I guess the Zombas are becoming meta again. I mean,
They look very flashy, very
They
nice.
They do. Especially at a high level like this. Tunicas are always nice. I'm a fan of the purple Tunicas. Just Tuck has a little bit of time here. Might have to copy that design that Thunder's got going on there. As Crispy's up here. Just Tuck came off from the inside of his net, and that just goes to show how confident this Eagles team is feeling right now. Feeling that they can make some big saves from the inside of their net. Unfortunate double commit coming up from the Colts.
Be an
Just Tuck.
opportunity.
Yeah, Just Tuck's just gonna take it back into his own zone here. Had a little bit of time. Crispy had a decent challenge there, but not gonna get any control. As Jay's there with a good heads-up play to keep things even at the center. Thunder's gonna slow things down.
Good 50. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. The Eagles, the Colts are just not doing that much wrong, but the Eagles are doing so much more right that every time they get an opportunity, they at least take a shot on net and force a Colt to have to make a save.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just keeping the pressure up. The old slogan goes, "Put it on net, make them sweat." Especially at a rank like this, the ball that's coming on net is gonna make everybody sweat. So, I don't expect the scoreline to be much different when a team like the Eagles is gonna be as dominant as they were this game.
Can't imagine Chris P is feeling too hot right now, being pulled in out of nowhere, but I'm sure he's doing his best to keep up, but Thunder and Just Tuck seem like they have this down.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a difficult play for the Colts right now. Where do they go from here? Is the question, because there was another, I would say, high-scoring game for the Eagles. This time around, it was low-scoring for Colts, as they did score 3 last game, or I should say 4. I'm just interested to see if there's anything that they can do to stop the bleeding.
I don't know. I think the Colts, they just need to get out of their defensive half. For such a long time in that game, the Eagles were just pressing them over and over again. And Chris P, I mean, him and Jay had saves. Chris P with 3 and Jay with 1. They were doing their best to stop him, but there's only so much they can do when one after another, the shots just keep coming.
Yeah, well said. I just think it's just a game of pressure right now. Fortunately, Crispy and Jay just don't have the control right now in the game. Going up against a team like this that's so refined like the Eagles. Just have to see how things go in game number 3.
We'll get in here. Game point for the Eagles. One more game win, and they take this in a 3-0 sweep.
It's their,
Tuck. It's Just Tuck. I'm Just Tuck seems to be doing most of the work of this series for the Eagles. Thunder was he contributed very heavily last game, but if they take Just Tuck out of the scenario, maybe throw in a few more demos, they might be able to come back and try and get over to the series win.
Yeah, no, I think you have a good point. Just Tuck, as we say that there, I was just about to say, Just Tuck is the one making the plays. Not to say Thunder isn't making his contributions to this doubles team, but Just Tuck is there to clean things up. Man, I can't get one sentence off with this Eagles team scoring a goal.
Yeah, this. It's so clear that the Eagles are taking every shot that they possibly can, and at some point the Colts are just gonna break, whether it be from lack of experience in Elite League with Chris P or just lack of cohesion as a unit because they haven't played together much. The Eagles are just taking so many shots that while controlling the boost at midfield, they just can't break out.
That's exactly it. Keeping things still pretty tight with close to a minute and 30 gone. It's a 1-goal game still. No complaints quite
opportunity.
yet.
They're so close on some of these opportunities, but they just don't seem to be there. Jay hits it over. Just Tug unfortunately intercepted it. Crispy tried to get to it just to get in the way. Takes it over to the far right corner. Thunder keeps it. Jay with an opportunity to pass to Chris. Chris could do it. Oh, almost. Thunder read it, made sure it didn't roll in. Jay with another small pass. Chris realizes though how risky it could have been. Make sure to play it a little safe. Jay gets a great clear from his back wall, sends it all the way into the Eagles half. Jay takes a 50. He's stuck on the wall, tries to go off and get hit. Both players whiff. He gets a 50 with Thunder though. Chris P trying to dribble it around him, almost gets it past. Just Thunder had to make a save. Thunder already 3 saves halfway through the game. Chris P and Jay are doing far better this game than any of the other games so far.
And I think it's really, really good to see that pass, especially that Jay had earlier, down to Crispy. It didn't result in a goal, but things are turning in their favor as long as they're going to be able to make passing plays like that one they just did.
Crispy almost couldn't get a great touch off of it. Goes past Jay. Crispy manages to get around and make the save. He's trying to dribble out Thunder and Just Tuck. Just Tuck in a very odd position, but Thunder able to bail him out. Jay taking it over to the wall. Just Tuck going up for the aerial, and Crispy tries to go up, misses it, hits the player instead. The ball just slowly rolls in.
It's all about the ball control. Man, Just Tuck with those touches, just leaving it for Thunder. Thunder's there to clean it up. Unfortunately, Jay knew that it was going to be a goal, so he just headed out. He was obviously not in a great position. Now it's 2 goals up for the Eagles with 2 minutes left.
Crispy alone on defense currently. Jay's back finally. Crispy hits it out mid. Thunder and Just Tuck, a bit of a communication error at midfield. Nothing much comes of it for the Colts. Chris P doesn't expect a little pinch outwards. Tries to play it a little safe in his corner. Bumps Thunder. Still manages to get a touch on the ball though. Jay! And Jay cleans it up. It is 1-2 with a minute 18 left. It's still possible.
Yeah, I think like Thunder was coming back there for the rotation, but I think he was trying to mess with Chris P a little bit, but Chris P was having none of it. Made sure he stayed on the ball, allowing for a great shot from Jay, and we have almost a minute 30 left with a 1-goal game.
Ball bounces out mid towards their wall. Oh no. Chris P didn't expect the hard pinch right across the line of his net. He wasn't in the net when he was rotating, so he just so happened to just went into him and he technically own goaled.
Yeah, that's just tough. I mean, how you can't really read that other than, assuming it's going to be coming into the net. But again, it's no real fault of Crispy. Just came right off his car.
Very unfortunate pinch for Crispy to have to deal with. Jay gets a great save. Wow. Flicks and barely gets that. Chris P is mid waiting for a pass, but goes up, tries to keep it on the offensive half. Thunder doing a great job at defense, making sure the Colts don't get any pressure. They want this 40 seconds left in the match to go unanswered for the Colts. They want to get out of here as soon as they can. doing their best, but this is an opportunity. Chris P, if he can just hit it on net, gets it. Colts, they have 26 seconds to tie it up.
Yeah, I think the word there was just out of play or out of position for the Eagles. I think they almost put airplane mode on there for a second on autopilot.
Yeah,
Crispy
these Eagles,
capitalized.
not sure what happened there, but Colts are definitely going to try and take that every time they can. 15 seconds left. A pass from Chris P. The pass was a little too hard. Chris P gets demoed. That's going to do a boot. They maybe have one more push left on offense. A miscommunication. They both go for it. I think that might be it. The ball touches the ground. Jay hits it all the way over there. Thunder keeps it up. That's going to touch the ground though, probably. And not yet. That's going to do it. The Eagles with the 3-0 sweep over the Colts. Despite their best efforts, the Colts just can't bring it back.
Yeah, just a great series from the Eagles, keeping things refined. Just tight defense, great offense. Just not allowing the Colts any space to breathe. They did have moments of shine, but it just was not enough. As the Eagles take the game 3-0, or the series, I should say.
All right, we'll see if we can get in the Eagles for an interview here. And they looks like they are here. Let's see what they have to say about that series. Pull them right in. What is up, guys? Welcome in. Congrats on the 3-0 sweep. How you doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you would be after a 3-0 sweep. What were your thoughts going into the series?
To mute my phone because I keep getting spammed about the car I'm trying to sell.
I imagine that'd be a bit distracting.
But no, just go in, play our game.
Try to
and
hit the
win.
ball.
I'd not have Thunder lag the entire time and me have to carry the entire time. That was one thing.
Well,
That usually does help.
despite some of the lag, Thunder, you still played pretty well. Just Tuck, I mean, obviously you with the massive amount of shots was the main offensive force on your team, but Thunder, you cleaned up quite a few times and helped Just Tuck quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I kind of just let him run crazy. He likes to go aerial the ball and whatever, so I kind of just sit behind him and clean everything up. It makes my life pretty easy, at least.
Well, it worked quite often. Oddly, do you have any questions?
Well, I mean, I do have one question, but first of all, I'd like to say I love that version 1 card that you got there, Thunder. I might have to steal the one from you.
Oh,
But
thank
I do
you.
have a question. I do have a question. Is there any teams that you're looking forward to playing, or any teams that you might have to go, or I guess just interested in playing?
Not gonna lie, don't remember too many teams. I remembered EXO was on Colts and then we didn't get a play because EXO didn't play, so now I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you didn't lie, right? Well,
I want
thank
to
you.
play Prosperity and Folly again.
Oh
I don't remember what
yes,
team
yeah,
they're on because after I lagged the entire last series against them,
yes,
I kind of
I
want
will play
revenge for that.
Okay, a little bit of revenge that we need because of the lag. It's always because of the lag. I completely agree.
Oh, of course. I had like 200 ping spikes. It was awful, man.
That'll definitely be an interesting series once it happens again. Any final thoughts, you guys?
Thanks for the carry, Tuck.
Oh yeah, anytime.
All right. Well, GG's. FDL, don't go anywhere. We still have one more match on the night. And don't forget, if you want some more Rocket League currently, the B stream is also having a match being played. So go over there if you want some immediate action. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you later. What is up, Frontier Doubles League? Welcome back to the stream. We are on our last match of the day. The Expert League Hornets versus the Expert League Huskies. This is going to be a good matchup. I'm joined today by Ken. How are you doing?
He's doing pretty good. You know, Expert League should be some good gameplay. Excited to get into it.
Expert League is always exciting for sure.
Never know what you're going to get in Expert League.
All right. Well, we are a couple minutes over. Let's get right into it. I'm excited to see what they can do. This is going to be an interesting match because the Hornets are undefeated currently in their season, and it's the opposite for the Huskies. They're completely defeated. They haven't won a single series yet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, things change real quick in Rocket League. Things can turn around for Huskies. I'd look to Jade here to turn things around. I think they definitely can get some things done.
See what happens. Dusty whiffs, tries to go off the wall, whiffs it. Illusions, tries to go for a demo, doesn't get it. Mythicality is able to take it off the wall. Miller is back. Same with Illusions. Both teams are playing somewhat patiently. The Hornets, though, being a bit more aggressive overall. Illusions takes it up the wall, sees what he can do. Dusty gets it over him, though. Miller, they're just playing a match of ping pong right now. Mythicality is the one back on defense. Dusty goes up for it. Illusions goes up for it, but goes right back down to try and recover. Realizes he can't get to it. Miller is going to try and take it slow in the corner. Miller gets it over with a nice flick. Dusty, though, slams it right back to the wall. Dusty gets it past him with a tiny little touch. This match is neck and neck right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for which team breaks the ping pong first. Is a shot for Myth, but whichever team can break the ping pong and get a little ball control, probably will be able to get some good shots on net.
Oh, a nice demo. Dusty trying to force the ball in for his teammate, or at least give his teammate a chance, but they just didn't push off of it. Both teams giving each other an insane amount of respect. Illusions pops it up. Miller deciding whether to go for it, actually goes for it. Dusty couldn't get to it, and Miller takes the first goal of the series.
Yeah, Dusty just not sitting back post. Miller shoots it by him, and that's like a first goal for the Huskies. You know, that might be the start of turning around the season for them. Who knows?
Yeah, Dusty just couldn't get up to it in time. A little too far post. But Miller's gonna take that every day. Illusions, a little bit of a miscommunication it seemed on who's gonna go for it. Illusions is gonna take it into the corner. Doesn't get the hit. Could be an opportunity. Oh, Miller with the save. Holy cow.
I don't think that one was in either way, but good touch from him anyways.
They counted as a save. It might as well have been going in. I'm sure they're pleased to find out that it didn't regardless. Dusty, though, nice demo. Illusions can't get back in time. Turned the wrong way. Took a gamble on which spawn he was going to get, and just, unfortunately, it was the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, demos from the Hornets was causing chaos for the Huskies, and Huskies capitalized pretty well. Hornets capitalized pretty well.
Hornets are very dominant on the season. Huskies, though, they're not playing too bad at all. It makes me wonder what happened in all three of their series the previous weeks that made both teams go the way they did. Except, never mind, that answers my question. Mythicality, it's a super offensive push right there against Illusions, and Miller manages to get it right over Miller.
I mean, if that push goes wrong for the Hornets, that's probably a free goal for the Huskies, but Miller gets caught out a tiny bit. Hornets capitalize and put that one in pretty easily.
That's, I'm sure, happy to take that one. Oh my gosh! Mythicality doing his best to make the Hornets go 4-0 this week with an amazing double touch off the backboard.
He set that one up from, what, midfield? That was quite the double touch.
He knew right away how that ball was going to go. Miller whiffs it. goes for a demo. Unfortunately, his teammate, though, doesn't go for the ball at midfield. Mythicality, he's just going to do it again. He didn't even really need to air dribble. He just popped it up, and unfortunately, Illusions just wasn't really ready in that spot. He pushed up a bit too far.
Yep, a little bit, and then I mean, Mythicality's turned it on the last about 30 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, you're right. Mythicality is, oh my god.
Oh.
Mythicality is going for everything he possibly can. Dusty, all he's got to do is support and give him the ball. Illusions, again, he just pushed up a little bit too far. He just landed there. He didn't go right back to net, and Dusty took a shot, forcing Illusion to try and make a save, but Illusion just couldn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think things look a little rushed for the Huskies. Kick off. That'll be a goal. You know, way to shut us up.
I mean, yeah, Huskies are still in it, like you said. They just feel rushed. They are on offense the entire game so far. What do you think the Huskies need to do to break out of this just defense?
I think they need just a little bit more controlled touches in their half, and again, they're rushing a little bit. But slow things down a little bit and take your time on defense, because they're making touches they don't have to make, and it's putting them in rough spots. That ball's gonna go in.
I agree. I mean, Hornets not making nearly as many mistakes, and while going for that boost wasn't necessarily bad, Dusty gets a great touch.
Yeah, great shot on net. Punishes, maybe it was just starved of boost, but either way, punished for it, and controlled game one from the Hornets so far. Helped along with some great plays from Myth specifically.
It's 6-2 in favor of the Hornets. Illusions gets that save. What a save. Both the Hornets had committed on there. They don't really need to play nearly as reserved. Oh, but Illusions has an opportunity. He actually puts it through. Just powers it right through Mythicality.
Yeah, very, good solo play there. Just make both Hornets get the ball by both of them, and that's open for him.
Sure, they're happy to have it. 6-3 with 1:17 left. It's doable, but I don't know if it's gonna happen with the way the Huskies are currently playing. The Hornets just have way too much offensive pressure right now. The Huskies just can't seem to break out of it for a long enough time to where they can keep going on offense and have even more chances. Physicality with a great pass out to Husky too.
Yeah, I mean, the chances, there's another demo, but the chances we've seen from the Huskies haven't really been long, sustained pressure. They've been breakaways when the Hornets, overcommit, maybe. So it's to be seen if they can get some set offenses going and really, be competitive here.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. The Huskies, they're not having a lot of sustained pressure, and I think part of that is because they seem to be getting in each other's way almost at times, which makes them even more hesitant for future pushes on offense. They just don't know exactly who's going to go for what.
Definitely. That ball
almost
not quite in.
Could still go in. Illusions, he's going to put it in. Not sure if they're going to get 2 goals in 6 seconds, but 6-4 could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, there are some encouraging things for the Huskies here, right? It's things you can take into the next game, assuming you don't score 2 in the next 6 seconds, which with that kickoff, they definitely won't.
The Huskies, they seem to be capitalizing on a lot of the Hornets' mistakes. It's just the Hornets aren't making as many mistakes as the Huskies are.
Definitely. I mean, for the Hornets, I think they caused a lot of the Huskies' mistakes by just being so aggressive and on top of the ball and putting the Huskies under a lot of pressure. And I think if they can keep that up, we'll keep seeing kind of the same pattern of sustained pressure from the Hornets leading to goals, and the Huskies really only getting scraps on breakaways.
Yeah, those scraps are definitely a bit of an issue. They're going to have to come out with maybe some team plays. I mean, it's just not going super well for them right now. Granted, they're still able to score. They've shown that they're not out of this. This isn't a blowout, but if they let the Hornets do whatever they want, I mean, every game's going to go their way.
And again, I mean, shots were close. 9-11. I think if Myth doesn't turn into a mechanical beast for 30 seconds, this game looks closer than it was. But I mean, he definitely was the star of that game with some of those, the double touch and the attempt at the air dribble. He was feeling it for a good bit. As we get into game 2, the Hornets up by 1.
Completely true. We'll see if the Huskies can turn it around this game. See if they can get any more offensive pressure compared to the Hornets. Get out of their defense more often. We'll get right into it. Kickoff. Dusty and Illusions. Goes to the right wall. Mythicality takes it a little slow. Illusions. Mythicality gets demoed. But Dusty turns around. Couldn't get it in. It hits the post. Almost gets it. Mythicality takes that dribble away from Miller. Illusions is left in net. He goes up for it. He misses. Mythicality couldn't get the double on that one, but tried and was very close. Mythicality got the dribble off of the Huskies' car again. He's just putting non-stop pressure onto them. Dusty takes it up the wall. Miller, they both thought each other was going to go for the ball. Not sure exactly what's... Oh, and that's it. That was a great pass. Mythicality slams that into the net.
Yeah, if you're Miller, what are you supposed to do there, right? You have the pass coming in. That shot's so hard to defend if you're Miller in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, not much Miller could have done, unfortunately for him. Hopefully, Illusions couldn't get too much of a semblance of offense right there with that push. Miller gets a 50, keeps going for it. Dusty, though, gets it over him. Illusions goes for it again. I'm not sure what happened, though. I think he was trying to avoid Dusty's demo, but unfortunately, he got taken out of the play, and Mythicality can once again finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the threat of a demo is just as good as the demo, right? Illusions tries to get out of the way there and can't manage to do it, and the demo didn't come through, but effectively the same thing in that play. Myth's gonna put a shot on net and dunk.
Oh my gosh, Mythicality with an amazing dunk. He's just non-stop going for shot after shot, and Illusions, unfortunately, seems to be the one on the receiving end almost every time.
Yeah, that's just a really good dunk. There's a kickoff. Not quite a kickoff goal.
Almost a 4. Dusty almost gets that one. Illusions, I'm not sure why he didn't go up for it, but Hornets are gonna get another one. 4-0 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, that's quite the pace for the Hornets. This is not looking great for the Huskies. In terms of lineup, this is theoretically based on salary their C lineup for the Huskies, and it's not encouraging.
This game is so in favor of the Hornets right now. Even right there where the Hornets double commit, the Huskies just aren't there to push, and even when they are there to push, it just doesn't seem to go their way. Miller with a small flick, he gets it over him though. Dusty's gonna come right back. Illusions gets a touch on the wall. Dusty is ready for it, but he lets Mythicality take over. Mythicality goes for a demo for anyone sitting on the front of the net. Doesn't manage to get it. Miller is going to take this slow. Illusions, Mythicality though. They just keep tapping it right back to the net. Miller manages to get it out. Hopefully Illusions will take this ball off the corner. Dusty's going to go up and get a touch. And it's like right there, Illusions just didn't go back for it. He knew Miller was back. Miller could have defended a bit more, but if it had gone in the Hornets' favor, but Illusions just seems to be playing way too slow, it seems.
I'd agree. And a lot of it is like we keep seeing these attempts from the Huskies to break out, with some dribble plays, but they're shut down immediately, right? Like right there. Yeah, Miller wins the 50, but he had to take the 50 in the first place and use his ball control and shot from Dusty. But good defense from Miller, but that's not what the Huskies need right now.
At the very least right now, with no offense to speak of, the Huskies are just trying to keep their mentality for the next game. That might be a goal. It wasn't. That will do it, though. Mythicality's going to finish it off. Dusty had put it off the crossbar, and Cality takes their boost, turns right around, and realizes, yeah, that's an open net. I'm going to take that.
Yeah, Miller just left an island on defense again, deals with a demo, and then a shot, and then another shot, and eventually, I don't care who you are, the ball's going in against him. He left on an island that long.
See what they can do if the Huskies, they have a chance. They still have a chance. It's very unlikely, but I think if they get their mentality in check for the next game, they really just need some form of offense this game just to boost morale. But unfortunately for them, that doesn't help at all, and Mythicality's gonna put in yet another one.
Yeah, this is the kind of series that might help end the season stats just a little bit here for the Hornets. Kind of might help you secure some end of season awards
For sure.
with the rate this is going.
At this point, it's just about padding the stats. They're not letting up one bit. And that was a nice pass, but Miller actually got the save. That was a really good intercept from Miller. Illusions tries to put it up to Miller, but Miller's not quite in the best spot. And right down to Dusty. Is Dusty, yep. 7-0. A minute left still. Hornets are just a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's a really nice passing play there. Dusty with a redirect. And it's kind of what you expect, you know, when you have the team with the best records, top lineup. That's another goal from Myth. That brings him to 6 in the game on 10 shots.
8-0, and there's still 57 seconds left. There's still a minute left in this match. I mean, you think they're gonna get double digits?
They very well could. If you're the Huskies right now, you're looking for a single shot on net, because you still haven't had one all game. Hoping, you know, some semblance of pressure, something to work for in the last game, and maybe turn the series around, but it's going to be rough.
Yeah. An interesting thing to note, too, is, well, yeah, Mythicality, and, well, that's another one. 37 seconds to get one more to make it 10. 9-0. Mythicality has broke 1,000 points, and Dusty's not too far behind with 760. But an interesting thing to note is that the Hornets, their stats, I mean, goals and assist-wise, they're helping each other out. It's not just one person dominating the entire field.
Definitely. There's a shot on net for the Huskies. There's the first one.
One shot is better than none. Miller, unfortunately, with the whip. Illusions couldn't get it. Not quick enough. It was just over his head, and that's gonna do it. 10-0 with still half a minute left.
Ouch.
It couldn't be more unfortunate for the Huskies. Like, the Hornets can't really get much more dominant than this.
Yeah.
Except for
Well,
11-0.
yeah, I mean, 11 is bigger than 10.
11-0. Didn't think that would be what we came into with this matchup. I had assumed, judging by the first game, I mean, the Huskies really didn't play not nearly this poorly. The Huskies had 4 goals last game, and the Hornets had 6. And well, yeah, that's still a difference of 2. Huskies at least had more than one shot, more than 0 goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough, and having been on the receiving end of that, comms can be real rough. It's kind of one of those things where you just get the series over with, move on to the next week, figure out what went wrong, or never speak of it again.
Yeah, that's fair enough. They're definitely going to have to figure something out, whether it be this intermission. They got 35 seconds to talk it out. And like you said, though, I imagine that is a big factor. The comms must not be there at all if it's going like this. They seem to give up at the end, too, which I don't blame them. With a minute left, the Hornets had, like, what, 8 goals with a minute left? And then not only did they put on 3 more, they kept the Huskies from getting a shot till the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. And just to put things into perspective, Hornets had 21 goals heading into the series. They've added 17. Is that Miller asking for a server reset?
Get in here. I don't think we're going to be able to. Let's see what we can do. What do you think? So, Ken, what do you think the Huskies need to do to really just get anything? Literally anything is better than what happened last game.
I want to say you just got to start throwing yourselves at the ball more, right? And just be more aggressive. But I'm not sure what it's going to take in terms of their... It's going to be rough. Like, there's not a lot you can do when something like that happens to come back completely, but I think just to make things competitive, you got to be more aggressive, and you got to make better touches, and you got to find a way to shut down some of those challenges in the midfield from the Hornets, because those challenges are where the Hornets are making a lot of their ground in terms of offense. Is the midfield challenges, the ball never leaves the Huskies' half. So if you can find some clears, don't turn it into ping pong, because ping pong is not going to help you in terms of actually generating offense, but something to relieve the pressure.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the Huskies, maybe if they could afford to throw some team plays in there. The Hornets seem to be caught off guard a couple of times that the Huskies tried to get some team plays going in that last game. Obviously, it didn't go anywhere, but I think if the Huskies can start to get even a little bit, it could throw the Hornets off just enough.
They've shown that they definitely can. It's a question of if the Hornets are going to leave them the space to do that, because so far that hasn't happened. There just has not been enough space for those team plays, because they've hardly been able to get the ball, more than 10 feet away from themselves. Going for like a passing play to your teammate, it just gets intercepted every time.
Yeah, these Huskies unfortunately couldn't do much of anything. It only could have gotten more dominant for the Hornets if the Huskies didn't have any saves. That was pretty much all they had. And even then, compared to how many shots and goals the Hornets put up, they only had 3.
Yep.
But we'll see what they can do. We'll get into this last game. Huskies on match point. 2-0 to the Hornets. We'll see if the Huskies can get going on this offensive game. I'm sure they don't want to go down 0-4 in their season.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's an uphill battle, but they can definitely do it.
On the flip side, I think the Hornets are quite happy with their performance. They're going to want to go up 4-0. Just like that, in the first 14 seconds, Mythicality with a great bump and a subsequently great shot past Allegiance.
Yeah, that bump sent Miller flying way out of the play and created so much space. And, it's... Miller might have something here. Alright, some pressure. That's a good sign.
Miller with the demo, nice. Illusions shot wide. Mythicality spawned over there near Dusty. Miller's gonna try and take it. It's over on the wall. Mythicality goes up for it. Gets it past Miller. Illusions gets a good 50 onto the wall. Might be able to do something with it. Miller though, not up there, and it's stuff like that where had they been cohesive as a unit, they could have had a chance at a passing play.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff at this point you feel like you have to go for, right? Even if it's maybe a bit of an overcommit.
An opportunity. Oh no. I don't know what happened, but the ball went out diagonally back towards the Huskies net. Illusions is trying to get back. He just couldn't. I don't think he had enough boost or momentum to get back in time for such a powerful shot from Mythicality.
So the positives for the Huskies. They got a shot, and honestly, there's been a whole lot more pressure in the minute in this game than I think there was in all of the last game. So things have turned around there. And I mean, yeah, they've been up 2 goals already, but they're at least, controlling the ball here. There's a shot from Miller.
Almost gets it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, to be fair though, anything compared to last game is better. And this could be an opportunity though. Illusions, he gets it around. They get their first goal in a long time. Illusions. Amazing shot.
Yeah, no, great shot to get it past Myth. And, there's signs of life. The pressure is just so much better. They have 5 shots already, right? And how do you keep this pressure going now? How can you keep things going?
Yeah, this Huskies team, I mean, I'm sure that did something of wonders for their mentality. Anything at all to climb out of rock bottom.
Here's an attempt from Illusions. Should get it over. But it's again.
Possibly though. Damn, not an opportunity though. Sorry, what are you saying?
I mean, we don't. I'm not seeing the Hornets challenging, in midfield as much and creating a lot of this pressure, which is definitely helping the Huskies a little bit. But it could also just be that they're playing a little bit faster and it's harder for the Hornets. There's a bump attempt from Miller, but Illusions just put that ball in.
She puts it right into the net. Very much needed. They could take this game if they keep playing like this. Their offense has just increased tenfold.
I mean, there's some really good pressure from them. And can they keep it up and keep the defense, good enough to hold back these Hornets? They don't have to play perfect defense because their offense is finally, firing at least on a few cylinders. Illusions will get beat by Dusty here. I mean, some good backward defense for Miller. His backward defense has been good all series, and Illusions is going to put this ball in. The Huskies have their first lead in at least a game and a half.
This team is just completely different now. They've just completely switched. We'll see if they can take this. Hopefully they can get... I'm sure they want to get at least one game if they end up losing the series. Miller has a chance, couldn't get it though. Mythicality a little too far past him. Illusions with a good demo. They both double commit though. This could be a chance. I think it's gonna be. Mythicality sitting up there just patiently waiting for it to roll up to him, and they take it and tie it up. 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, it's a good shot from the Hornets. Just capitalizing on some spacing they're given by demo, but again, close game. Both teams doing some good things in this game and making the most of some opportunities they've generated for themselves. Good demo.
Hornets are starting to come out with a few demos of their own after the Huskies have been doing it to them. Miller goes for it. Dusty's on the backboard waiting. Mythicality though has to bail him out. Both Huskies are in the same spot. Little bit of a miscommunication there. Mythicality though is right there. Illusions, a great intercept and save in tandem. Hornets have been on defense more than they have the entire series this game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some much better challenges from the Huskies to create these opportunities. Because Myth is going to just keep this ball up away from illusions. And
No,
it's,
you're right, though. Far better challenges.
Yeah, they've been faster to them, and they've just been, smarter, really, too.
It just seems like it's switched. I don't really... They just started playing the game so much better. Miller, though, he's locked up with Mythicality. He almost saves it. There's not much else he could have done, but he got super close to it. Mythicality just being an absolute nuisance on offense.
Yeah. I mean, the shot on him from Dusty in the first place means Miller has to touch that ball, and he does. He just rushed a little bit by the menace that is Mythicality. That's a tough one for the Huskies, Things are looking good for you. Give up a couple easy ones.
Yeah, and I think they still have a chance. 30 seconds left. At the very least, they're feeling a little bit better from last game. From far closer, not a blowout. This could be an opportunity. Miller, Illusions, takes a shot. Mythicality, though, great save to keep the game in their favor. Huskies are throwing out everything they can at the last second, seeing if anything will work, though. I don't think it's going to happen. Mythicality is going to keep it up. Illusions, though, keeps it up. I think it's still a chance.
Yeah.
Mythicality's going to end it, though. He's going to
Yeah.
make sure they don't have any semblance of a win in this series. They're going to go up 4-0 on the season. And the Huskies, unfortunately for them, still looking for a series win.
Yeah, impressive showing still in that last game for the Huskies. It takes a lot to turn around after that second game went. Impressive showing from them, but overall, got to give a ton of credit to the Hornets for just completely controlling pretty much the entire series.
Yeah, the Hornets, I mean, they absolutely deserve that win, showing why they're so dominant in Expert League right now. Didn't make too many mistakes, and Mythicality just coming out as the clear MVP of this series.
Yeah, let's see, how many, he ended game 2 with 6 goals, plus another, I think 3. He's, that's a good 12 goals at least, I think, if I'm doing math right. No guarantees there.
Yeah, that team, they're just so dominant. And thankfully, though, we're going to hear from them directly. We'll pull them in for an interview.
What's going on?
What is up, Hornets? How are you feeling after one of the most dominant performances ever?
I'm great, other than Myth had a carry,
Yeah.
Myth, I mean, you were very much putting up most of that offensive pressure. You just had Dusty help you out with most of the assists. What was going through your head?
I came in with a 13 goal quota and I almost got it. I got 12, so that was the fuel.
Well, it definitely worked. That second game, just an absolute blowout. Couldn't have gotten much worse for the Huskies. Were you going in with any hesitations about facing the Huskies?
Personally? No, definitely not.
I didn't even know who we were playing.
Fair enough. Ken, do you have any questions?
How are comms in that second game? How, played with a lead like that, things loosen up a little bit?
I'd say for the most part, yeah. We were just kind of vibing.
You could say loose comms.
Of course.
Well, we got to ask the question. Who, now that you guys are currently undefeated, 4-0, are there any teams that you are looking forward to play? Scared to play? Confident to play?
Not for me.
Personally, the only team is the Monkeys in our conference that is going to be the struggle, is going to be the good matchup, and then the Penguins on the other side. But other than that, I think we have it pretty wrapped up.
Understandable. I mean, you guys showed why you were so dominant, why you deserve to be 4-0. Kid, anyone have any final words?
I got nothing. Good series from you guys. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, with that will end the stream for today. Thank you everyone for watching throughout the day. Had a full roster of matches, and it's finally over with one of the most dominant performances I think we've ever seen in FDO. So thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate it, and stay tuned for next week's matches.